1.3 adding and subtracting integers. I can add and subtract integers.
Now, when you guys first saw, thank you, Sophie. When you guys first saw this I can statement and this title, did you think this was going to be a pretty simple, like, fast lesson?
Yes.
Did this lesson become a little bit more complex?
Yes.
Yes, it became a lot more complex, I think, and we'll look at this in a second. So first of all, the vocab sum and difference, I think you guys are good with those. Number 2 is just some examples of adding and subtracting integers. And we said that when you take 6 plus negative 4, I'm sorry for the messiness here, but you really have 6 minus 4. When you have 6 minus negative 4, like on this one, it's really 6 plus 4. And when you have negative 7 minus a positive 2, it's really negative 7 minus 2. And most of you said, I don't really know why Mr. Pottinger rewrote them like that. And then we went down here to number 3, and you saw the rules. And you're already like, wow, there's a lot of letters there for math, right? This is algebra, so, yeah. And we talked about, and I need you guys to tell me this, when you add a positive, you rewrite it as a
Positive.
an addition problem, right?
Yeah.
When you add a negative, you rewrite it as what kind of problem? Negative or a subtraction problem. Say subtraction problem. Luke, when you subtract a positive, this is just for Luke. When you subtract a positive, Luke, you rewrite it as what kind of problem?
Negative.
No, I said a subtraction problem, right? You change it to a minus or a subtraction problem. Okay, can you pay attention up here, please? When you subtract a negative, everybody, you really rewrite it as what kind of problem? Adding or an addition problem, right? So yeah, you're right. You change it to a positive, but that's an addition problem then. Are you with me? And then we talked about when you have 2 signs together, we always do a what?
Rewrite.
You always do a rewrite. If the signs are the same, if you have 2 signs that are the exact same, it's always going to be rewritten as a positive or a plus or an addition problem. When you have 2 signs together and they are opposite, you're going to rewrite it as a negative or a subtraction problem, right? And then down here, we had our practice. And if you look at number 12, we had like 4 people come up and got it wrong. 4 people came up and had 19 plus negative 3 and got it wrong. 1 person actually got the answer as 16, but did they do the rewrite?
No.
So in this classroom, if you have 2 signs together, it says up at number 3, main idea number 3, you must always do a rewrite. So 19 plus negative 3 should be rewritten as 19 minus 3. Number 13, Severe, we have a negative and a negative, so we rewrite that as a positive, right? But then, so Logan, you came up and did this one, and Logan's not the only one. Logan did the rewrite perfectly well, but then he forgot to use what? He forgot to use a number line. Because we're dealing with negatives, it's a really good idea to use a number line. And so once we drew our number line, and we realized we started at negative 32 and we gained 4, we found out that the answer was negative 28. By number 14, you guys were getting pretty good at this. You knew you had to do a rewrite, so when you have a positive and a negative, you rewrite it as a? You rewrite it as a? Subtraction problem. You write it as a negative. Either way it works. I just need more people to answer since this is your video, not mine. And so we rewrote it as a subtraction problem. I think Sydney did this one. And then negative 6 minus 9, we use our number line. We started at negative 6, we lost 9, and then Sydney told us the answer was negative 15. Number lines are important. Use them. Questions?